What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have something very special. We got brand new birds for my brand new aviary. We went all the way up to Tampa to get these brand new, beautiful, amazing birds. I've been waiting all day, you guys, to show you these awesome birds. So let me go show you guys these brand new birds in the aviary. But before I show you guys these brand new birds in this aviary, I'm gonna throw you guys in today's sponsor. Quick pause before we get back to the animals. As you guys know, I have a ton of animals and I'm always doing a million things at once. From feeding animals, cleaning enclosures, posting on social media, my computer is always a freaking mess. That's why today's video is sponsored by Opera. I've been using Opera AI nonstop to keep myself organized here on the ranch. I can literally ask it to analyze a page that I'm on, and it will summarize diets and enclosure ideas for me. It can even generate an image for me for enclosure ideas. I also love the tab island because when I have a bunch of different tabs open, it keeps me nice and organized. I also can expand and collapse the tabs whenever I need it. I have one for diets, enclosures, and for my social media. I can also color coordinate them and name them. And when comparing different pages, I can use the split screen feature so that I can view 4 pages at once so I don't have to switch back and forth. And if I don't want a certain background on my browser, I could just change it to a different theme that fits the best for me. Like the orbit theme, it creates a whole atmosphere for focus and productivity. Opera is amazing because it keeps me really focused and organized for what really matters, the animals. If you want a browser that keeps up with life, check out Opera. The link is pinned and it is in the description. So let's get back into today's video. So let me give you guys a quick update on how the aviary is doing and how all the birds are doing. So let's start walking over here. So it has been raining almost every single night, every single morning, and that has been a really big help for this aviary because everything is really green now. You can start seeing the bushes starting to really grow like crazy. We have this Barbados cherry tree right here, which is a favorite for the yellow leg honey creeper. All the flowers are starting to show, the berries are starting to show, and the birds are absolutely loving it. You can barely even see the birds inside of this aviary. I mean, berries are everywhere. You can see just all the little green ones, and then once they start getting ripe out, they go really good. Over here, we have all different types of different bushes and stuff. Weeds are starting to pick up, but we'll have to go in here and cut the weeds back. But we have so many different types of native fruit trees, berry trees, and a lot of bushes in here that are going to be really well for them to nest in as well. When this thing is fully filled and thick like the other aviary, this is going to be one crazy awesome enclosure for these small species of birds. This is probably one of the biggest enclosures for this species of bird that people keep them in at least the private hands. There's a couple obviously other places that do it, but for the private keeper like I am, this is freaking massive. Most people will be keeping them in something half the size of just this area right here, but this I'm lucky enough to build something this big for these birds and hopefully be lucky enough for these birds to hatch out. I've been talking to a couple of my buddies from around the United States, especially my buddy South Bay Finches on Instagram, and he has been producing some of these tanagers and honey creepers really well. So we've been talking a lot about that as well. So it's gonna be really cool to hopefully hatch out some of these guys here, and then maybe in the future be able to cross bloodlines, which would be really cool too. But coming around this way, we'll come over here. The tortoises are doing really well. Everyone's doing really well. This tree we're gonna have to dig out and we're gonna place a new one. We're gonna put a strawberry tree here because as you can see, this whole thing had died out from the cold, which that's all right. Not everything's gonna take, but you can look down this way and it's just looking really thick. The mulberry tree looks absolutely amazing. I mean, there are hundreds and hundreds of mulberries all over here. One of the favorites for the birds inside of here. Come over here as well. We have this guava tree just growing out brand new leaves all over here, just getting really thick. Some of the plants that we planted during the dry season didn't do good in these pots, so we're going to replant them. We have a couple of them all around, so there's other spots for them to nest. Put it down in the comments, what species of plants do you think would be a good air plant, so when it is dry season I don't have to really water that much, would be good in there. Plant people, help me out. What plants should we put inside of these pots right here that do good in the sun and in the heat, but we'll have some flowers, maybe some nectar of some sort for the birds. Everything else is looking really well. See, everything's growing. Elongators are doing good. Japanese blueberry trees are doing really well. And also, let me show you this. So check this out right over here. We also have a really cool nest that has been growing right here, and this is from our saffron finches. We have a nest of our saffron finches right here, and they've been growing this thing like crazy. We also put little nest materials all around, but look at this. They just use the metal of the building to start nesting there. So hopefully really soon we will have some eggs and then they'll hatch them out, and right before those babies are going to fledge out, we'll put little bands on them so that in the future when we know what birds, we'll put a net in here, a trap, and we'll catch out some of the birds so that we're not inbreeding so much. We only want to have, we have the 2 pairs in here, we'll keep the 2 pairs in here, but when we see like 10 freaking saffrons in here, all the ones that fledge will have bands on them. We'll catch those and sell them out. That's why we have our bird room. We can put them in there until they get sold, and go to their new homes. That's the whole reason what we do here, is to put more of these beautiful animals on our earth. And you know, obviously in the wild, there's a lot of wild animals out there, but in captivity there isn't. And because of us just always destroying the woods and the jungles and all that stuff, it's good to have, you know, insurance colonies of these animals in captivity, just in case the wild does disappear. We have little Noah's Arks like we have here on the ranch. So let's get back to the birds, you guys. Me and Birds Exotics of the World drove all the way to Tampa at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to this person's facility and get some amazing birds that we were able to, you know, make a small donation there and able to get these birds here to the ranch. They had a very, very large surplus of them, so he let me know and we were able to get these guys. So let me show you what these birds look like. It's actually one of the 3 species of, little drum roll, of the fruit doves that we'll be adding inside of this enclosure. I don't want to go too crazy with doves inside of here. There's going to be a few species of doves, but this is one of the species of doves that we're able to get our hands on first. The next 2, they're difficult. They're difficult to get, unfortunately. There's not too many people really working with them. So that's why we got these first, because they're the most common ones, but they're real pretty. So let me show you guys when we release these birds in the aviary. So this is the moment that we've been waiting for. Let's release this female blue Dicey's into her giant brand new aviary, and I'm sure she's gonna be really, really happy. Instantly, right out. That thing got out of there so quick. Let's see if they see each other. And it looks like I just saw the male Dicey's already check her out really fast. So it's kind of crazy how fast they checked her out. She's right here in the tree. And look, the male's already down checking her out. Look how fast you're, uh-oh, look at, this is insane. Look what's going on right now. Wings going crazy, sizing them up already. I know in the wild, these guys are communal, you know, birds that like to be in groups, but this is a new female inside of the group, and the male is definitely displaying of some sort. Don't know anything. So if you guys know more about these guys, let me know. We're always learning here, and he is definitely sizing her up a lot. We'll check them out in a few minutes. Let's release these doves now. So now these are the truly brand new species of birds that are entering inside of our brand new aviary. And these guys are right here. You guys are all gonna be mad at me. I'm probably completely saying it incorrectly, but these are Sulawesi ground doves. Absolutely amazing species, a species that I've wanted to put inside here for a really long time. There's 2 other species I wanna put in here. The other species will be the black nape doves and then the yellow-breasted fruit doves as well. So this is the first ones, one of the easier ones to come around, so we got them. These are our breeding pair. They have a crazy amount of zip ties on them. I'm taking them all off. I'm not here to be breeding these guys like crazy. Well, they're gonna breed like crazy, but I'm not here producing a ton of them. It's just what I have right here. So I'm gonna grab one and take the zip ties off so that I don't want zip ties on it. There's no reason for it. I know what's male and female here. I'm not here to breed a ton of, you know, different bloodlines and all that 9 yards. I want these guys to be free. Boom. All right, so female is gonna get replaced on the ground. These guys pretty much live on the ground fully. So we're just gonna let her go slowly. Hopefully it doesn't freak out. Perfect, exactly how we wanted. Not a crazy fly off. Now let's grab the male and do the same thing. These guys are like almost like a really large quail size bird.
He has a lot of zip ties.
He's
house arrest.
Yeah, he's on house arrest over here. We want to get this guy cleaned up.
Is a Miami pigeon though?
Right, I don't know what's going on over here. We don't need so much zip ties.
That's a metal one, right?
Yeah, that one can stay.
You keep that one.
But all these other zip ties, we don't really worry about all that.
You get it. It's VIP in the club.
Perfect. All right.
That's the boy.
This is the boy.
It has a blue zip tie.
Oh, look at you learning. All right, here's the girl. There you go. Go find your girlfriend. Go ahead. Go ahead. She's over there. Wow, that is freaking awesome. I'm really, really happy for these birds in here. These guys, you know, some people keep them on wire cages, some people keep them on the ground. But luckily, the reason why we have these aviaries here is to have giant, naturalistic aviaries as best as I can. And now these guys will be free roaming inside of here, walking around. This will probably realistically be the biggest species of bird that will be breeding in this aviary. Obviously, as you know, we have our little ambassador, Lexi, inside of here. But these doves will be the biggest doves in here. And they're just, look, that's it. They're already calming down. They're relaxed. Exactly what I wanted. Nice and chill. He's right there sitting on top of a bunch of deer poo, but that's all right. She's over there walking around. And we'll check on them in a few hours, maybe in the afternoon, and see where they're at in this aviary and how they're doing. So that was yesterday. So let me show you guys how they're doing. Last night was a crazy freaking thunderstorm. I was a little nervous for the new birds because it was the first time in an open top aviary. So let's go see what they look like. They look like just doves right here. They're just hanging out, doing their thing. So we can see right here, there's one of the males right there. Well, there's only one pair. We have a male right there and a female on the other side. Doves are really cool. They're very calm birds as long as you don't mess with them. And these are ground-dwelling birds, so they're mostly just going to live on the bottom. They're never going to really bother the tanagers, the honey creepers, the euphorias, all those stuff in the air. They're just going to live on the bottom with our pair of button quail, and then just these guys. Maybe we'll put a pair of rurals in here. Probably not. Another species that I was really thinking to put in here on top of them would be the pheasant pigeon, which would be really cool because they are ground-dwelling birds, and we have a lot of ground space in here. Yes, we have some tortoises and we have some deer, but this is a huge square footage of area that these animals go walk around on. And yes, these are the birds, you guys. Check them out. Let you guys stay right there. I'm gonna walk over here, and maybe they'll walk by you guys. So as you guys see, the elongated tortoise that we have inside of our aviary is an Indonesian species as well. So it's pretty cool to have a bird now that's from Indonesia on the ground as well. These guys are really cool birds, as you see, with the golden forehead, golden chest, and they also have that purple neck patch along the neck breast, which is pretty neat as well. These guys obviously live on the bottom of the ground. They're a medium-sized dove. These guys are pretty much mostly eating anything small that falls from the jungle canopy, so little fruits, stuff of that sort, which is fine. Everything that we throw from our feeders on the ground, they'll eat it up. We have slow water areas on the ground too, so they'll drink from. And yeah, these guys are just, you know, exploring. They haven't really explored the whole aviary yet. They're only on the one side, which is fine. I mean, this is probably 40 times the size of the enclosure that they were in. So now they're just, you know, stretching their legs, figuring it out, exploring, and little by little, they're going to have a really cool, amazing life inside of here. So it's been quite difficult to see the brand new blue Dicey's female inside of here. I have not spotted her again in here. You know, it's been difficult. It's kind of crazy because when I do the feedings in the morning, that's when you're able to get the count of how many birds are inside of this aviary. And the only time I see my euphoria male is during early morning feedings. After that, I swear to you, I never see it in this enclosure. There's times I'm in here all day long and I do not see this bird. This enclosure is big, you guys, but it's not that big. But these little teeny guys are very agile. They're able to hide in the bushes. And the crazy thing, like I said, you guys, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trees on the far side of this aviary. The 70-foot stretch. So 7 trees. When these things are as big as the other trees, when they're 14 feet tall, wide and thick, it's going to be very difficult. You're really only going to see these birds during the feeding time. So that's why it's going to be really cool for you guys to become a member on YouTube, so that you're able to see the birds on the feeders in early mornings and evenings when, you know, you see these birds doing really well. But you guys, like, look, you can listen real quietly. The saffrons are real peaceful. Early mornings, they sing a lot. There's one here, one here. We have 4 of them. I haven't been able to see the 4th one. I haven't been able to get a good glimpse of her. It's been kind of difficult because I see the 2 and I see the, you know, okay, look, there's 3 right there. Oh, okay. I finally got visual of all 4. I've been looking for over a freaking week. All right, so they're all alive. That's good news. That's the one unfortunate bad thing about having predatory tortoises inside of here, because if one does pass away and falls on the ground, they will find it and they will eat it. And there won't be any sign of that bird ever again, except maybe a little bit of its bracelet or something of that sort, because they're not going to eat that. But that's, you know, they're the cleanup crew of the jungle. That's the reason why we have them. All of our fallen fruits and everything that the birds eat, I drop it on the ground. The deers eat it and the tortoises eat it. That's the reason why we have the ground crew. These birds are high up in the ground. And when we just came back from Peru in the Amazon, we were actually seeing a bunch of different types of tanagers. We saw silver-beak tanagers. We saw paradise tanagers. We saw all sorts of stuff, which was absolutely really cool to see these guys 40-50 feet up in the canopies of the jungle, which obviously we're not able to do it that high here, but 14 feet tall is still extremely tall for your normal average aviary keeper. And I'm able to, you know, have a full-size tree inside of here for these birds to, you know, do their thing, and which is really cool. One thing that's really cool too is, you guys, we add fresh fruits every single day. We literally just added this banana in there, and you can see they're eating it all out, destroying it all up. But then you can see this banana down here has a bunch of little fruit flies on it. But that's actually okay. You don't want to leave it there for over the night. We collect them, throw them out. But during the day, when that's like that, that is pristine protein for our honey creepers. Our honey creepers' beaks are like hummingbirds. So that's what they eat. They're going to eat those little fruit flies that are flying around. They'll buzz around and get them all up. Look at this other banana that's over here. They love this station right here. Look at that. Eating it all up, going all the way around, just eating up. These little birds have a very fast metabolism, so they're just eating consistently all day long, grabbing, eating. And these are just from the fruits that we have around, because remember, we have the Barbados cherries, we have mulberry trees, we have guava trees, we have a ton of different types of native berries that they're able to eat as well. Plus all these trees, flower and nectar and all that, which they're able to get that nectar and all that protein that they need as well, which is really, really cool. We also got this awesome bench right here for the aviary. Another spot to chill and hang out from my buddy Steve. You can check him out on Instagram. He donated it to us. And it's another bench for my family and friends to sit here and just enjoy the birds while we're sitting here while they're eating off the feeder. So big shout out to him. I appreciate it. Get yourself a bench if you guys have an aviary. They fit, you know, perfect for any size aviary, and you hang out and you got a bench inside your aviary. Why not? You need more chairs anyways. It's the next day. The birds are all doing absolutely amazing in the brand new aviary. If you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, put your post notifications on, and let me know down in the comments what other species of birds you would like to see in this brand new aviary. I'll see you guys later. Peace out, everybody.